Dear learners, welcome to this session. Today we will be discussing about missing persons and human trafficking linkages. We have discussed the definition of human trafficking. Then we had discussed the constitutional provisions related to human trafficking, the international documents, conventions, covenants related to human trafficking, types and causes of human trafficking, and now we will discuss the linkages between missing persons and human trafficking. We discussed that when a person is missing, then it is very difficult to find out if the case has not been reported or you have not reported the missing of that person. Many a times when people cross the borders without permission, then it is very evident that nobody reports about that person. That person is not in existence in the records of the country of destination, neither the movement has been taken care by the government machinery because he moved with illegal means or without taking the valid visa on passport for the government. He has tried to cross the border by routes which are illegal. So if the parents, the family members do not report that this person has not been found or is missing, then the state will have no records for that person. Secondly, you must have also seen that many people give their children in the hands of traffickers who are very good people for them. Because when they traffic, they are next to God because they fulfill all your demands. They help you in the distress situation, and so when you send your children with them, there are no records. After 2 to 3 months, if you call the trafficker or the middleman, then the numbers will be switched off and parents will have no access to the whereabouts of their children or their girls if they send as domestic help. Similarly, if you send your children or you go as a labor, and then if your employer is of such a character that he keeps you in a confined place, restricts your movement, you are not able to talk to your parents, and your parents do not report it, then you cannot find the linkages between the missing persons and human trafficking because the person is missing but has not been reported by the family, by the society. So in cases where one person goes to the other place for meeting his or her friend, and after 2 or 3 days when the mobiles are continuously switched off, then the parents approach the police officers, and later on the mobile location is tracked, and with the last mobile location, when the police officers reach Mumbai and coordinate with the local people there, then they find that the body has been found mutated. So the various organs have been taken out of that body and the body has been thrown by the people. So you have to report to the police officers. First thing is that do not wait that 24 hours should happen and then you go and report, because in 24 hours the trafficker may take that person to any part of the state. So as soon as you report, it will be easy for the police officers to handle the case and to trace the person. So do not wait for 24 hours. If you find somebody missing in your family, then do report it within an hour or so. Even if the child comes back, your family member comes back, still you acted in a bona fide way, and the police can trace out in case there is a suspect. So police will be able to help you in cases of distress. You know, if I talk about the United Nations data on missing persons, it has been said that in the last 50 years, 14 crores 26 lakhs women are missing throughout the globe. So, in the last 50 years, if this is the data of women being missing throughout the globe, then this issue needs to be addressed by all the state parties. Till 2020 in India, 4 crores 58 lakhs women are missing. And from 2013 to 2014, 4 lakh 60,000 girls are missing since birth. Talash is a platform or a software developed by the National Crime Records Bureau, and this is operational since 1990. This has been updated, and the main objective of this software was to coordinate missing children or missing persons with unidentified dead and found persons. This is a link to NCRB's website providing information on missing persons, unidentified dead bodies, unidentified person, and lookout notices. A very important initiative by National Crime Records Bureau, India. If I talk about the statistics by the National Crime Records Bureau, then a total of 347,524 persons, 123,339 male and 223,621 female and 564 transgender were reported missing in 2018. During the year 2018, a total of 3,32,754 persons, 1,22,384 males, 2,09,852 females and 518 transgender were recovered or were traced. So if you have a statistics, then you will be able to understand the people who are found missing every year in a country, and then people who have been able to locate or who have been able to be traced by the initiative of the police officers. If I talk about the missing children data of Crime Records Bureau, then the total of 67,134 children, 19,784 male and 47,191 female and 159 transgender were reported missing in 2018. During the year 2018, a total of 71,176 children, 22,239 male and 48,787 female and 150 transgender were recovered. So, missing children or missing people, you can see the data, and then people who have been recovered or children who have been recovered or traced. So, the gaps need to be fulfilled by a face recognition system, by proper monitoring of the data, relating the data of, the dead bodies and the people who are on the street with the missing persons photographs, and then reporting of missing persons. We find cases that in families when the girls are missing, people out of their reputation issue, their ego issue, do not contact the police officers, do not report this incident of missing person to the police station, saying that their family reputation will be tarnished. Your child is in danger, so do report in case if the child is not found or your family member is missing. Delhi Police Helpline number is 1094 and 23241210, a very important number, and Delhi Police has done a lot along with Telangana Police. So I would like to just appreciate the initiatives taken by the Telangana police and the Delhi police in addressing the issues of missing person, and MHA has a dedicated portal of missing person, a very important initiative by Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, because if you are not in records, then who will protect your dignity rights, your constitutional rights, your fundamental rights, your human rights, your legal rights, your rights which are given under various international documents and conventions. So a person who is missing will not be able to get all his rights realized. It is that first we need to find the whereabouts of that person. If the person is safe, then it is okay. If the person has been, taken by the traffickers and kept in captivity, then the police officers will be able to trace on the transit location. Transit is a place where you move with the trafficker. So if within 1 hour I report a crime or report a missing person, then the police will be able to jam or to seal the borders, to check all the checkposts, to check the buses, to check the railways and other means of communication or other means of transfer. So the person can be helped if you report about the person who is missing. Annual report of MHA 2018-19 talks about the reasons of children being missing, which has been conducted by the Crime Branch Delhi Police. It reveals that in most of the cases, children go missing after being scolded by parents at home due to academic pressure, losing their way, elopement, etc. I would like to request all the parents who think that they are in the nuclear family system with the maid facility or with the domestic help facility, that if you have your elders in your family, then do keep them with you, because they are an asset for your family. A maid will never be able to help the child as the help and the care which an elder person will take. So in the name of freedom, in the name of privacy, do not spoil the future of the child, because in a joint family system you have so many went out points. I do not go well along with my mother, so if I have my dadi, my nani, I can speak out to them. In need, children have to speak out, and when the parents are working parents, both the parents go early in the morning and come late, then they are not able to give quality time to their children. So if they have somebody in the family except the domestic help to take care of them, to take care of their emotional needs, to take care of their physical needs, to take care of their mental needs and psychological needs, then they will not run away from the home. For small reasons, children commit suicide. We have seen the marks pressure. So do not pressure a child so much. Maybe your friend's child has done very well in the exams, but do not pressure your child, because sometimes they are not able to handle the pressure. And when they are not able to handle the pressure and there is nobody to speak out, or there are friends who are of the same age, so what advice a friend will give will not be same which a grandparent will give. So do take care of your elders. Do give them importance, because they are your elders and they are an asset for the family. losing their way, if there is nobody to look after. I have seen small children at the age of 5 and 6 getting iPads, iPhones from the family members. They have at the age of 6, 7, they have their individual mobiles, Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts, then chatting accounts, and then online gaming accounts. So on online gaming platform, you can talk to any stranger. Then parents also pay. So there are paid online games where any stranger can talk to your child. So the child is very vulnerable. Do think about giving technology to the child in a reasonable way. Do not go by the emotional pressure of not having time to stay with the child. So if you give technology in the hands of the child, then that person or that child needs to be aware of the technological hazards. If the child is not able to address the technological hazards and you are not able to monitor the child, then the child can lose their way. Then, as per the report, no organized gangs were found to be kidnapping of children or children begging in the city. But we have a lot of cases where we find beggars on the street as children. So they are in need of care and protection under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015. So do take care about these children and report about these children to the child helpline number 2112 or 1098 and do your duties as a citizen. The efforts of Delhi Police also under the scheme Operation Smile 2 and Operation Muskan 2 resulted in tracing and reuniting a total of 4933 children in the year 2017, a very good initiative and very good scheme for rescuing the children and for tracing the children. 4534 during the year 2018 and 271 in the year 2019. This data is up to 31st March, and after that we are having lockdown. So again, when the NCRB data will be updated, we can get the latest data. During the financial year 2018 and 19, 6482 children were reported missing as compared to 6443 in the previous corresponding period. So you have to address the issue of missing person, of missing children, because children are very vulnerable. We have Article 21A, which talks about free and compulsory education of children. We have Right to Education Act. Then we have so many provisions related to children under different legislations. So we have to take care of these children because in India the young population is in big number. So if we are able to address the issue of vulnerability of these children, provide them quality education, provide them a safe environment. You must have seen cases reported in schools where children have been, their safety rights have been violated, sexual offenses have taken place, or the child has died in the school and the school authorities were not able to take care of that child in the school. So we have so many data which say that you need to take care of your children. Child is the safest at home, but we find instances where your relatives and your family members molest the small children and commit sexual offenses. So you have to be very careful when it comes to the safety of the child. Then secondly, I would like to say that you need to have the phone numbers of your children friends so that in need, in distress, you can immediately call them and ask them whether your child is with them or not. So you need to know the circle of your child. The scheme Pehchan also continued through the year 2018, and 332 children, that means 1,92,332 children have been photographed under the scheme, so far as to maintain a data bank which could be used to trace the child in case he or she was ever reported missing. I would just like to, talk about the Ghaziabad police initiative. They were able to rescue a lot of children with the help of, technology. So they used to just, whenever they used to see some child on the street, they used to just check the data of that child with the data available on the missing persons website. So if they were able to trace in one place, then we need more committed police officers to come up and address the issue of missing children. And this initiative, is very good because, if every child has an Aadhaar card or anything, which talks about the identity of that child, and then you find that child somewhere in any part of the country or even outside the country, and then it is reported in the embassy, then you can find the whereabouts of that child. So biometrics is a very good system, and I would just like to say, just because your privacy rights will be violated someday, do not, overlook this need to get yourself registered in the government data. Everybody should be recognized by the government and should have a data. This is my humble request that do register your children in the population register. Secondly, do have anything that can be an identity source for your child. At present, we have Aadhaar, wherein your biometrics can also help in need. So if you have done the biometrics of that child, the child has been registered in Aadhaar, then if anybody finds that child and you just take the fingerprint, you will get the child details or you will get that person's detail. So you should have registered yourself in any of the government data so that in case of need or in case where you are not able to speak, dead bodies don't speak. So if they also are registered, then it will be able to find out the unidentified dead bodies. CISF in Delhi Metro has, for this period 1/1/2018 to 31/3/2019. This data is, till 31st March 2019 because after that we have a lockdown. During this period, 254 cases of child missing were reported, of which 93 missing children were reunited with their family members, and rest of the cases were handed over to Delhi Metro Rail Police. So CISF has done a commendable job of, finding out these children and reuniting them with their family members. So that needs to be appreciated by all of us because children are very vulnerable and you are doing a commendable job while reuniting them with their family members. In the end, I would just like to sum up and say that, you have to link the data of missing person with human trafficking, because a person who has been trafficked always is missing. Even if the child or your family member said to you that I am going for work, and then after a month or 2 months or 3 months you don't have any contact with that family member, then do report to the police officials. Because any family member in today's time will try to contact his or her family member in everyday basis or maybe weekly basis, or after 15 days or 1 month. So if you do not have any contact with your child who has gone for work in the name of having a better life, 3 times meal and a good education system as domestic help or as a child labor or anywhere, or your husband, your wife, your brother, sister has crossed the border in want of work, or have gone to any city, to any district, to any metro for work and is not able to contact you for more than a month, then that should be an alarm. Do report such cases immediately. Otherwise, these people are confined in a place, their human rights are violated, their legal rights are violated, and they suffer atrocity by the traffickers. Even in cases of organ trade, sometimes it is very difficult for them to survive after the operation. So you need to interact with your family members. Whenever you get time, you fix up a time and interact with your family members. If you do not have any details about your family members, then you immediately contact the police for help. So you have to stay safe and stay alert during this time. Thank you all for this session, and we will discuss other things in the second session. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.